Good morning. It's Monday the 26th of November.
Much more on those flood warnings throughout the programme. There are now more than 250 across England and Wales. We'll have the latest advice from the Environment Agency.
Well, the southwest of England has 63 flood warnings in place. Our reporter Sarah Ransom is in Exeter in Devon. Sarah, the area particularly badly hit. How is it this morning?
Much Hal Griffiths there in Wales. You can get all the latest information on flooding in your area by listening to your
7 minutes past 8. There is a warning this morning that smoking affects the brain by damaging memory, learning and reasoning. That's according to researchers from King's College London.
Alzheimer's Research UK says the study, published in the journal Age and Ageing, adds weight to growing evidence of a link between smoking and dementia. A senior Conservative MP is calling for a pact with the UK Independence Party to stop them being a threat at the next election.
Michael Fabricant, who's in charge of campaigns for the Conservatives, says his party could offer a referendum on EU membership if UKIP promises not to stand against Tory candidates. Our political correspondent, that is sanctioned at the top of the Conservative Party. Thanks very much indeed. Carol Walker reporting from Westminster.
New policies aimed at protecting women from violence have been unveiled by the government as part of the... Well, this morning we spoke to the Home Office Minister Jeremy Brown. He explained why the government's decided to change the law.
Hundreds of previously secret NHS reports into serious incidents, including more than 100 deaths, have been obtained by BBC Scotland. The Rolling Stones have celebrated their 50th anniversary with a concert in London.
Yeah, they performed for thousands of fans and were joined by the former bandmates Bill Wyman and Mick Taylor for the first time in more than 20 years. Our entertainment correspondent Colin Patson was 40 rows from the front. In spite of not hearing no satisfaction, the fans probably did get some satisfaction. They
probably did. Apologies if you can hear the printer. It's gone slightly into overdrive behind me.
You printed off your book.
Your book. Alex will bring you a weather forecast in the next 10 minutes, but we're sticking with the story of the weather, of course. More than 250 flood warnings now in England and Wales as the heavy rain of the last few days continues.
Yeah, the town of Malmesbury in Wiltshire has been severely affected by flooding. The waters have receded, but that just means that the second half of the... Talking now about a crime that has been very difficult to tackle in the past, and up to now there has been no specific law to address stalking.
Well, the government has now introduced two offences in England and Wales to improve victims' safety. Stalking and stalking involving a fear of violence. How much difference might that make?
Well, with us now is Stephanie King.
Do you think a change might help other people in your situation?
Yeah, I think it's needed, to be honest, I do. Because people...
Time now, though, to get the news, travel and weather where you are. We'll see you in just a moment.
There's one thing missing from it, isn't there?
There is one crucial thing missing. So they didn't get no satisfaction.
They didn't get no satisfaction.
They didn't get any satisfaction.
Well, they got some satisfaction,
they got some
from the concert if they enjoyed it, but they didn't hear no satisfaction. That's what I'm trying to say.
Those are the main stories this morning. Here's what's coming up later in the programme. And now, Sally, what's happening in this world of sport?
If you look over your shoulders, there's a really grainy picture. See those two?
Yeah.
The Spin Twins. The reason it's a bit grainy, it's been taken on somebody's mobile phone within the last hour from the England dressing room, because I can confirm, for those of you who haven't heard already, that's at 7 o'clock on BBC One, on the One show, and it's 12 this year, this very special year. Shortlist will be 12, not 10.
Claire Bording was talking through the list tomorrow. There had better be at least one woman then on the list, because last year, controversial, wasn't it?
I think we can guarantee that.
Yeah, I think at least.
At least one.
Yeah, Kath Granger, I think, would be a great inclusion. Jess Ennis, of course.
Yes.
Too many to mention.
Yes. All right, then. Thanks very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sally, thank you. 8:38. We like to think we're pretty generous here in the UK, but in fact the amount of money being given to charities has fallen dramatically in the last 5 years.
A report from the Charities Aid Foundations found that small and medium-sized charities were dealing with a deficit totalling more than £300 million last year. In 2007 they had a surplus of £325 million.
So, have people stopped giving because they can no longer afford it? And where does this leave the charities? Joining us, Richard this morning.
18 minutes to 9. When he was a policeman, he was nicknamed Robocop because of his extraordinarily high arrest rate. But a year ago, Dickie Coetzee was knocked down by a hit-and-run driver and was left for dead at the side of the road.
Now, with the support of his family, he's putting the same determination that led to so many arrests into recovering from a brain injury which was caused by that collision. Dickie and his family spoke to Breakfast's John Maguire. Extraordinary story and an incredible family. Good luck to all of them.
All the best indeed. Now, we all know the phrase growing old gracefully. Just how easy is that to do? Well, the journalist and author India Knight has been musing over the challenges of behaving in an age-appropriate way.
How do you get the balance right? In her new novel, India's alter ego revels in the prospect of growing old disgracefully, but doesn't want to be labelled mutton dressed as lamb. So, well, you've come out straight and said it, haven't you? I mean, the book is called Mutton, and it's that sort of horrible period when you enter your 40s and then travel through your 40s, where you wonder whether you're still.
You wonder at every single stage. I mean,
you're discussing issues here in the book, and they are general issues, aren't they, about whether women sort of have an obligation in a way to embrace ageing and say, you know what, my frown lines are part of my face and they're what make me...
Exactly, what's wrong with wrinkles?
Well, nothing is wrong with wrinkles, and
India's book Mutton is out on Thursday.
Here's a young man who just looks as youthful as he was when he was 19. It's Alex Deakin.
Alex, thank you.
Less than a month to go now, till Christmas. No, is it? What's the day today?
26th.
Is it really? Gosh, there is less than a month. Time flies. Wouldn't be the same without a costume drama hitting the big screen. So the new adaptation of Great Expectations is full of the best of British talent, including the rising star Holliday Grainger.
Holliday managed to juggle the demands of filming with a university degree, landing a first-class honours in English. So we're going to talk to her in just a moment.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, Estella's an extraordinary character, very striking, very strong, but also emotionally weak at times as well, and a lot of fun to play at, I thought.
Yeah.
Great Expectations is out in cinemas this Friday.
Brian Ferry is going to be joining us in a moment. First, though, here's a quick last look at what's happening where you are. See you then.
Welcome back. Roxy Music. Music, legends behind songs that influenced a generation of musicians.
We know what you mean.
Yeah, fronted, of course, by Brian Ferry. They cornered a unique sound and style in the 70s and 80s.
And Brian is still creating new music to celebrate a career spanning 4 decades. He's reworked some of his own songs. This time, though, you may be surprised to know you won't be hearing his voice. So Brian joins us now. So very good morning to you. Lovely to look back at those days.
It's a bit early in the day to look back at stuff like that.
Well, you're looking good, and but your voice is missing from this reinterpretation of some of your greatest hits. Tell us about the new project.
Well,
Making music, we were reporting this morning, for 40 years, which seems an extraordinary amount of time. And then you see the Rolling Stones this morning, who've been making music for 50 years. Yeah. Are you going to go and see them?
Is out today.
So that's all we have time for this morning. Tomorrow we will be joined by Claire Balding, who is going to take us through all of the names on that Sports Personality of the Year shortlist, which is announced tonight.
There's got to be some women on there, or she'll be cross.
I can guarantee there will be.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.